Welcome back to another episode of the Randy Wilson Podcast. I'm Randy Wilson, and this is episode 52. Make sure you drop down really quick and hit the subscribe button. This is a Culture and Society podcast, and we are with culture in our society today in Petersburg today.
To life, not today, death. To life, how can you tell? A vibe, we vibe. Drop a clue bomb, you right. I'm gonna love you to life.
We have Miss India Miles, baby India Miles, and Uriyah with us today, curator behind the Grand Prix. And we're going to start right there. We're going to make sure we start on Grand Prix because if you're not familiar with Grand Prix, Uriyah's modeling some of it right now. We're going to get into this new season's wardrobe. And Miss India, I think that's where you're going to start us off at, right?
Totally. I'm so excited. And thank you so much, Randy, for having us.
Hey, it's a pleasure. I mean, before we just go into it, we got baby Grand Prix too? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So before we get into that, just to kind of catch you guys up, I was a guest on Grand Prix last season. Definitely hoping that comes back. And Miss India Miles, just throughout the time I've known her, she's been a image consultant and just a great professional figure to be able to model and help with image and these things. So looking at this combination here coming together, and congratulations to you guys.
I appreciate it, bro.
I mean, this is a power thing here too, but it's a beautiful thing because the chemistry of what you guys can bring together. I think that you designed this season.
Yes.
Let's get right into it. Talk to us about Grand Prix and the new season wardrobe.
This is why we grinding and praying. We got mouths to feed.
That's the truth. You got Miles to feed. That almost sound like a bar. Last name Miles. That's right.
No, but my husband wanted to go into couture, and he had a vision, but he's been doing the prints on shirts and shorts and things like that, and the whole team heard about it all summer. And it was kind of coming down to the wire, and I looked at what he had, which was this sweatshirt he had on. That was it a month ago, and I was like, "Give it here! Like, give me the whole collection. Let me see what I can come up with." I went into Joann's fabric. I heard the Holy Spirit say, "There's your seamstress." I hired her on the spot. I sketched all of the designs out for the entire collection, and then it just kind of flowed. It kind of came to us. So. What we have is we have some streetwear pieces, some sweatshirts, some matching masks, and then it's like Grand Prix's grown up. Babe, you started this, 6 years ago?
5, going on 6 years.
Yeah, going into our 6th year, and I'm not a fashion designer. I have no desire to do that, but being an image consultant, I understand what the consumer wants, and gives them a little bit of variety. So. In addition to the everyday wear, season 1, you'll see the cut and sewn pieces. You'll see the creativity and the zippers and the split hoodies. And, we just we let our creativity and our skills just flow. And thankfully to our seamstress who, we had to keep doing outtakes of it, but it came together beautifully.
I like what you said. You grew up.
Yeah.
She upgraded you, bro. She came in and she said, "You know what? We're gonna work this thing." But that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what marriage is all about. By the way, I think you just celebrated a birthday, I believe.
I did.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
I worked it.
Well, can you show us some of the things? Because I want something.
Sure. So first, you can model what you have. This is like the whole inspiration. You just want to hop up
I
real
was going
quick.
to do this one last, but we can do it first.
Totally.
First and
So
last, it's all the same.
they can't really see the socks, but this is a whole outfit. Each piece is being sold separate. Well, not the socks, but the joggers, you could buy them separate than the top. And it's a little bit of tie-dye on one leg, and then the socks kind of just make it all flow, and we embroidered Uriyah and Grand Prix on it.
You know what I like? Before Uriyah be like, "Look, this is like 6 ounces, 8 ounces, 9 ounces." Like, never even knew anything about ounces related to clothes. And when I look at it, you can tell that it's good quality. It made me feel like I had to step my game up.
Well, it makes a difference. That's something I've learned, and that's something I depended on heavily with him. We partnered with a few investors on this collection to get the commercial done. We partnered with Nico out of Richmond with the photography. So this was a team effort.
Yeah.
And had his original team not laid the groundwork to, here you go, babe, to really building the brand, it wouldn't be so easy for us to introduce the couture line now. We tried it last year when you and I met.
Yeah.
We did a pop-up shop.
Yeah.
And we started doing original pieces.
Yeah.
And, you know, we saw the demand for it. We saw the 30-somethings. They
Yeah.
wanted something original, one of a kind, and they were willing to spend a little bit more than, you know, what the everyday pieces go for.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the seed was planted. And then I'll show you some of the other pieces.
I mean, if you look, I'll be out and about. I did a shoot the other day with Black Wick. Black Wick had it on. I see people all the time with Grand Prix on. And when I first met you, India, I met you first, and you told me about Grand Prix, and I wasn't familiar with it. And then it was like I realized that it's been in front of me so many times, and I never attached to it that it was local when it's not. I don't like to use that word, but it was like it's homegrown. It's right here. So
Homegrown, I like
yeah.
Pieces that we're most proud of, like this piece. This is a hand-dyed white champion sweatshirt. So our tie-dye artist dyed it to get this blue, so you'll see kind of like this cloud effect in it that just came out of the dye. And then we added a padded part to it and a padded cloud. And this came to mind. I mean, Howard was closely with Kari, who you interviewed, and like these pieces were inspired and designed based on the personalities that rock the brand and love the brand.
Yeah.
So to have most of them in the photo shoot and the commercials, it really came to life. One of the other artists that Uriyah, you guys know about Uriyah, partners with all the time is Streets. Streets modeled this. It's a thermal, and we added a sweatshirt arm to it and a zipper, and it just looks fire on. I mean, he brought it to life. And you know.
Hold that up again. Yeah, I think when I looked at that, I didn't pay attention close enough the first time that one.
So what we kept in mind was the fit. Where is somebody going to wear this to? How practical is this?
What size is that?
It's a medium.
medium,
Okay.
but it fits like.
It fits like
Okay.
a
I'm gonna walk away with a couple things there.
Ooh, this is another favorite. This one, this chest bag looks so good. I was tempted to want to buy because we've got a lot of rappers and they love toting their pistols.
Yeah.
I was tempted to buy little, like, and Grand Prix out the little pistol holders. I couldn't do it. It's a faith-based brand. I couldn't do it. So we got the chest bag. This is like what I saw the ad.
We talked about it.
We did talk about it. So they choose to use it as a pistol holder.
I mean, in the climate, listen, in the climate that we're in right now, if you walking around with your gun, you better be praying, because you might have to use it.
Seriously,
Right.
yeah.
And then the piece that's under it is it's called the Baby Maker. It's a romper.
Okay.
Actually, Indigo inspired this. She had.
I'm sure she did.
She had a romper on like this. I was like, "Ooh, how dope would it be if we made a sweatshirt romper?" So we cut sweatshirt, made the handles out of the extra sleeves. Seamstress did her thing. Her name's Latanya Horn. She's based right here in Petersburg. She has her own clothing line called Mended Hearts, and you know, she attributes just like anybody else I come in contact with. It's like I'm a coach, you know, and I love to see opportunities for people to really express themselves creatively and believe in themselves. And her doing this and kind of being in this art scene, you know, it just brought her to life and
Gotcha.
her brand to life. These are the popular ones amongst the streetwear. It's a split hoodie, again, hand tie-dyed and stitched back together, and it has I'll grab this one. It has a mask, these are the sweatshirts to go with it, and it has a mask that
That's
comes
nice.
set, or we're selling it separate. So, because I would like to say, I mean, my husband dresses really well. He, you know, worked at Adolph's, which was a suit company. He, you know, is into fashion, into Yeezys, into that. I mean, it's just an opportunity for us to bring it to life and to adapt to all different ages and demographics. How Miles Senior sported this, and we recently took a family portrait of this as well. It's a turtleneck, and then the Grand Prix suit from Express that has Grand Prix on the pants as well. Looks so good on camera. Hal's dad is a professional model. He's a singer. He's an artist, and his whole demographic is gonna love this. So we just really invested in
I'm taking that in the back.
This one?
Yeah, I'm definitely taking that one.
This-
That was last season.
This was the start of what has birthed season 1.
Yeah.
This is, these were pieces from the pop-up shop that we did last year around Virginia State Homecoming weekend. Last year we sold out, and he's been holding this for you ever since.
Hey,
So,
appreciate it, sir.
this is yours.
Thank you.
When you go today. But yeah, I mean, everything took about 3 weeks, start to finish, ordering, cutting, sewing, and then we had about 25 models come through.
Oh yeah. By the way, I was hating a lot. Like I was
like, why
hating.
did we invite
You know what?
Randy?
I was
promise
hating.
you, it was totally oversight.
I actually brought your name up,
What did I say?
and you was like, let's focus on Petersburg first.
Is that what I said?
Let's put
Okay,
Petersburg
I'll own that.
Which is
And
fun.
I was like, okay. And then she said when we got here, we should have invited Randy.
I did say that.
It,
I was like,
I would have just wanted to be a supporter.
yeah.
I mean, but I can understand why though. I can get it because Randy might come in and try to create content. He's like, look, let's hold back.
Totally, let's do it. Let's do it. No, it was totally some connections made. I mean, just to see AWOL here, Nico, Streets, his brother. I mean, I put clothes on everybody. I was like, if you showed up, like once we started thinking about the interview, I was like, I should have definitely. But here we are.
Yeah, we here,
You know?
and ain't no serious feelings. I was as much as I was, as much as I was hating lightweight, it was really more my investment in support for my brother and just like because we haven't known each other like an extremely long time, but I will tell you for the relationship that we've developed and the time that we've had, it seems like I've known you forever.
Yeah,
And-
I overhear y'all's conversations. Y'all
Yeah.
sound related. I'm like,
I mean-
are these two guys back at it?
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
mostly hating at the house and y'all on the phone.
Like yesterday we were talking and you were discussing real business
Right.
though. I was like, whoa man, we just talking. We gotta get on the phone here. But nah man, I really appreciate the relationship that we developed. And I mean, you were the seed that kind of brought it all together because you and I had a image consulting meeting one time and I think you were the one that told me about the Grand Prix series.
He was
at
probably a
first.
client at that time when we met. Yep.
Yeah, man, listen now.
Yeah. Oh no, we were. This
made it
was,
to the top,
This
bro.
was professional. This was a professional relationship before it became romantic, and I was about my money. So he paid me, and then I was like, oh, okay, hi, how are you? Now you're meeting India. Like, it's definitely hard out here for anybody who has an idea, and I just want to commend you for that same meeting. You told me you were going to be doing this,
Yeah.
and you've done it and done
Yes,
it very
ma'am.
well, and it's needed. I didn't understand the cultural vision that you had, but to see. Just a happy marriage between we come from a business space
Yeah.
and then you escape to this, to the
Yeah.
arts, to the music,
Yeah.
to the fashion. So I married that and it's really fun around the
Yeah,
house.
I like to coin it as Virginia's #1 podcast for hip hop culture and dialogue. And what I mean by that is that I talk to a variety of people, but we still keep it hip hop culture because that's the culture that we're from.
Yeah.
And even though we walk and work in business space, I think that we're evolving in the way the climate is evolving, even in business space. It used to be business professional.
Yeah.
The reality of it is that the climate that we're in right now, the word professional you got to be careful on how you use that word because professional has been often dictated through what white supremacy has said is what's professional. When we are professional within the culture and demographic that we were birthed from, and that's hip hop. So I create this platform so if we bringing in artists, we can still show who they are past the music, who they are as the father, who they are as everything. So that's the goal. And
we appreciate that. I mean, that's essentially like the whole campaign that I'm running with season 1 is what does Grand Prix mean to you?
Yeah.
In this first season, we are highlighting a lot of those local artists that normally, you don't see them all in the same room together, and we were able to achieve that.
Yeah.
We were able to pay top dollar for a phenomenal videographer like Jordan.
Yeah.
We were, able to really put our clothes on people who are grinding
Yeah.
and who are keeping the faith, and it's not all from a church community.
Oh,
These
no.
are people that are really respected,
Yeah.
in their own rights.
Yeah.
And I'm always a believer that they deserve to be celebrated and given that same opportunity, across the board. Sometimes they never cross over.
Yeah.
And being married to an artist, I want to see this brand cross over.
Yeah.
I want to see those rappers and those singers and those fashion designers that have all of this raw talent right here in Petersburg.
Yeah.
I always want to see them win.
Yeah.
And the business community doesn't always respect that in the grind phase. It's
Yeah.
always after you've become popular and mainstream, then they want to come in and put their money up.
Yeah.
And how, you guys know him as Uriyah, is blessed with an incredible team of supporters.
Yeah.
That are just willing. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, how much do you need, bro? Here you go. And they helped us make this possible.
Now,
So
somebody, I know that you guys are grinding and praying, and I know that somebody prayed for the seed that you all have now turned into. I mean, really, you're some Petersburg giants down here, man. So I commend you. I commend the baby for being willing to allow you to participate, Mom. Thank you very much.
All right.
And we'll be talking more soon.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye. Appreciate you for having me.
So Uriyah, man, like that was dope, man. Let's get into some other things, man. First off, man, thank you for allowing me to have the keys to come into the city.
Hey, listen, like I said, we talked about you being part of it, but I already had in my mind that I was going to do the interview with you. And
Yeah.
we talked about it for months.
Yeah.
Seriously, because so this summer I worked like 3 jobs and in preparation, and we were talking back and forth, and we were discussing about doing, an interview. Because I hadn't been, you've been with us, but I hadn't been with you.
Yeah.
And I kept telling you over and over again, like, yo, we're going to do it. We're
Yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. But this is what we were all kind of talking about and planning.
Yeah.
I've been working on music too, so I've recorded over the past 3 months, let's say about 4 months, maybe around 18 songs. Yeah.
And this is a beautiful space that we're in. And you know what's crazy about the situation, if you're going to focus on grind and pray, is that the devil has tried to mess with us, man. The devil's trying to mess with us from, the sun trying to go down to sounds. But, I mean, you're right. We have been talking about this for a while. And I now have a better understanding in regard to why you wanted to take forever to get it going.
Yeah, man, because I'm all about it being dope, man. I mean, if we're going to do it, it got to be dope.
Yeah.
I'm a stickler for that. So.
Yeah. Well, man, look, we talk all the time,
right?
And there's so many things that we could talk about in an interview, but we got to be efficient and effective.
Right.
We're going to probably hit 3 strong points.
Okay.
First off, I want to talk about just where we are in Petersburg.
Okay.
Like, what I'm saying, I'm a North Carolina guy. I've been in Virginia now. I've been in Virginia since 99, but I've been in this area since 03.
Right.
And even though I went to Virginia State, I still don't feel like I know Petersburg.
Okay.
Petersburg, the home of Blair Underwood, Trey Songz, Moses Malone, and Uriyah.
Yeah, man.
And then we had the Kari 1K.
Yeah.
Kari 1K. We got AWOL. India was talking a few minutes ago just about it's real history. The guy that was on, he's married to the lady that was on the Fresh Prince.
Are you talking about Tim Reed?
Tim Reed. There's just so much history here in Petersburg. Give them some feedback in regard to this precious gem that we have, because I feel like it really deserves the light and the recognition.
I'll give you a little background. So Petersburg has the first free black community in the country. And what I mean by that is it was the first slaves to be free. It's right on Pocahontas Island. And this was before the country was a country. So Petersburg has always had a culture of quote unquote African Americans who knew who they were, and they just have a sense of community. Mm-hmm. And then you have you have everybody else that's here, and they're open and welcoming to that. And so you have this community of people who have been there when it comes to the arts, when it comes to politics, when it comes to, one of the guys who founded Liberia is from Petersburg. I mean, to be such a small city, we got a lot of prominent people that comes out of that, and that's because of the nurturing environment that's here. I mean, of course, a lot of people hear about the negativity that comes along with that, but I mean, I see it as the balance. Every time you hear something negative in the news, people in Petersburg know about 3-4 things going on that's positive. And so I like to carry that into what I'm doing. And so with Grind Pray, The other thing about Petersburg is we got a church on every corner. We got one of the highest church to population ratios in the country as well. There's a couple other cities that try to take that claim, but we are very close.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you have a very, very strong sense of faith here, of spirituality, and pretty much everybody that you're dealing with, you're going to hear that come out their mouths. And you see that in the music. You see that in Virginia as well. A lot of the artists, I mean, most of the artists that come out of Virginia have that spiritual component that's tied into their music. I mean, all the way to Pusha T to Pharrell. I mean, Pusha T, you got album Fear of God, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Pharrell, he made the song Happy. I mean, that's basically a gospel song, And so because of that, we also have tied that into our music as well here in Petersburg. I mean, got Pusha T, he signed Kari 1K, and Kari 1K, he comes from that background as well. I mean, his first song, Pain, his first hit, he performed that in the edited version in church. You know what I'm saying? So that faith part is there. So when you see Grind Pray, like people, like it was without question the support that poured out the minute, you know what I'm saying, I was called to do this clothing brand.
So let's speak on that. Designer, artist,
Right.
producer, though, and I want to emphasize the producer part because some artists are strictly vocal rappers, songstress, whatever.
Right.
But you do both of them very well, and you produced Kari's first big song
Second one.
Second, okay,
Yeah, I
that
don't
went
wanna take
viral
it
on
Right.
Facebook.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to put that out there because you've kind of been with him throughout his journey
Right.
from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And now you see the path that he's on,
Right.
being signed by Pusha T. Can you speak particularly because you are Petersburg, and you are Virginia, and Pusha T is kind of like the I guess the governor of hip hop in Virginia right now to some
Right,
degree.
yeah, I mean-
what do you think? What do you see? 'Cause we talk about it all the time,
Right.
but what do you see happening? Where do you feel like we are right now in this movement forward? In
With my
hip-hop,
feet being on
Virginia
the-
hip hop, yeah.
With my feet being on the ground, it's a wave here. I mean, everybody sees it. It's the elephant in the room. Pusha T coming back, he sees a wave. I can see that. And the fact that he even came all the way to Petersburg to grab an artist, and there's other artists that he's working with, speaks volumes.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that we've been doing this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been putting out music now since 2008. And so my music started off strictly faith-based. We started off making Hebrew Israelite music. So I got a song with Hen called Who You Are on YouTube. I mean, we first put it out. I consider that to be my first hit because we had a hit on our hands and we weren't even aware of it. The video's done almost 300,000 views. And we were like, we didn't know about the business side of the game and that you got to put money behind it. You got to get in the right meetings. You got to talk to the right people. And that's the thing that I learned gradually later on working with other artists. I worked with another artist named Malik Emanuel, and we got offered a deal from B.O.B. back in 2014. We never signed the deal, but we had a song called Rihanna and Tiana that was making waves. And then he did a song that we produced with Casey Veggies that was doing numbers. And so from there, right after that situation, that's when Grind Pray started. So Grind Pray started in 2015 in March. I made a song called Grind Pray. And then 2 weeks later, I woke up one morning and heard the Holy Spirit say, put Grind Pray on the shirt. So the clothing birthed out of the music. And that's why to this day, the music is my passion and the clothes is my calling. Yeah. And so it all ties together. It's all, it's faith-based, but also too, the thing about my music is I call myself a gospel artist, but I also make other types of music that one may not consider it to be called gospel, but I call it gospel because it's my story, it's what I'm sharing. The song I got out that I'm putting out right now with season 1 called Clue Bomb is featuring a girl named LaCree. She's from Virginia Beach, and I got a lot of people down in Virginia Beach that I rock with. But I reached out to her for this song, and she did it without hesitation. 2 days later, she sent me back the verse. And we mixed and mastered the song, had a couple people help me with the mastering, and that song is about love. That song is about the love I have for my wife, first and foremost, the love I have for my family, and the love I have for what it is that I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? It's like, hey, shoot, you can have the money. Hey, we can build a home now. You know what I'm saying? We got each other. We got love. And that, to me, is gospel as well. You know what I'm saying? It's clean. No profanity in it. You ain't got to clean it up for the radio. So that's my take on gospel music. We're in a new space now.
My brother speaks with conviction. Listen, that's a great segue because you and I have had a lot of conversations about music not having anointment.
Right.
You're gospel music not having anointment, or alleged gospel music not having anointment, and but just in what you said just now, it came with conviction.
Right.
And so, but that speaks to who you are. But let's talk about that, though. I said before the interview, we talk about this all the time. We have these conversations. We're just doing this for you guys now, and I'm so happy that we are, because I grew up in the church.
Me too.
I mean, I love God. I got some work to do, but don't we all? Don't we all? Yeah, we do.
Facts.
You know. But I'm gonna say this. Look. Don't be mad at me, Christian rappers. Okay. There's a difference between being a Christian rapper and a Christian that raps.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of Christian rappers that shouldn't be rapping. I think that they rap because I think a lot of rappers, particularly if you go back to the early 2000s, you go back to like what I consider the origin of when I began to really see that hybrid into the church, right? A lot of people who were rapping in the church, who were Christians, they were rapping in the church because they couldn't bar up in the school, in the cafeteria table. They couldn't bar up anywhere else.
Right.
But in the church, they were the only people. They was like introducing
They weren't being embraced.
Yeah, they was introducing Christian rap to the congregation of the old folk, pretty much. But I mean, because nobody else was listening to them.
Right.
That's changed though.
Big time.
In a lot of ways, it's changed in a lot of ways. So,
Big time.
what's your take on the evolution of Christian rap? And do you think that does it require a label? And I guess that's my thing, because I think labels conceal more than they reveal. Why do we got to call it Christian rap? Why can't? Because who's to say that Pusha T's not a Christian? Who's to say that any artist who's
Right.
Who's to say they're not a Christian?
I'm glad you pointed it out. So there is a separation. There is a real separation between gospel music and all the other music. Let's put rap to the side for a second. True gospel music has a call to worship. That is the difference between gospel music and the other music where people are giving their testimony. So when you have a call to worship, there's a call to repentance. There's a call for God to come and heal you, to help you, or there's some type of praise and worship that's call and response. So that in and of itself is gospel. Now, then you have spiritual hymns. So, the wade in the water, follow the drinking gorge. That's, those slave hymns. That is a message that's being portrayed. What we're doing, I don't mind using the term gospel, because the thing about it is I want to change that narrative. When you're giving your testimony, that is a form of gospel. That's the reason why, you have the left, you have the right. You know what I'm saying? You have they call it good, bad, light, dark. We say gospel, secular. Secular is the opposite of gospel. But in reality, when it comes to music, when you listen to really, really good music that speaks to people, they're giving their testimony. When they say, yeah, man, I'm going to shoot this person, kill this person, mess with this hoe, da-da-da-da, they're doing that in real life. Even if they're not doing it now, they used to do it, and they're giving their testimony of it. And as ignorant as it sounds, and as ignorant as people have been about it in the music industry of perpetuating that stereotype, that is their testimony. And so now I want to create the narrative and share, like, yo, you can share the other side of it. Like, yo, look what I was doing and look what I'm doing now. I'm out of that game. I'm into this game. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of my spirituality, my faith, and, my relationship with God or the Most High, whoever you worship, that, yo, this is where I came out of. I used to be over here in the streets. I used to be over here in the strip club. I used to be over here slanging and banging. And now I'm over here doing something positive. I'm changing my life. And there are rappers that are rapping about that. You got the Kendrick Lamars, the J. Coles, even Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you got Kari 1K right here. Then you got me. And so, we try to, the world tries to separate that, but in reality, that's what grind and prayer is all about. It's like, I'm grinding, doing the work, and I have the faith, and I'm putting, I'm sending up my prayers. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And the music is going to reflect that. They're going to be like, and I know it's going to be some people out there that's going to go, I can't get with that. That's fine. It may not be for you. This ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the scriptures, Jesus won't for everybody. Yeshua won't for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I feel like you just got me. You got me because it's almost that. You know how you sitting in church sometime and you sitting in the pew and you know that that God is speaking through the pastor to you?
Yeah.
You just whipped me.
Yeah.
You just whipped me.
Oh,
you did, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because I grew up singing.
Right.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I think a few things happened. I think first off, basketball kind of took the direction of what was meant. Well, I thought was meant for me, but basketball has a season in itself. That's a season in itself, and it comes to an end. And I know that I have not done everything I'm supposed to do. And it's like I've put my voice in the back, which was part of my motivation for starting a podcast, just to refine my voice. And I'm not gonna lie, this might be an intervention tonight, because I've always said, I'm gonna get back into podcasting so I can kind of find my voice and find my comfort around artists and build myself up. But I've still been restricting myself from expressing that part of myself again. And you made me sit here and I feel like you spiritually whipped me.
Wow.
Because I've never thought about gospel being someone talking about gang, bang, slang. That's their story. I never thought about that.
That's their testimony. You
know what I'm saying? But the same to apply to me. I never thought about how I was possibly not doing what I'm supposed to do with God just by not, fully expressing myself. So anyway.
Okay.
It's not about me, but see, when you in the house of the mouse over here.
When 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, right?
Yeah.
Like, that holds weight. And it's real. I've been in the studio, pistol on the desk. You know what I'm saying? Bag of weed right here. Everybody in that joint. And we having church. Because what we've done as a society is separate the two. We say, meanwhile, the scripture tells you right then and there, you know what I'm saying? Yeshua sat with the sinners, quote unquote sinners. And the reason why they throw that in the scripture is because that is what the other people who weren't rocking with it were calling them. Why are you sitting with the sinners? First of all, we're all sinners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all over there having, a stick measuring contest
to
see whose sin is the worst.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, these people are right in front of your face. Some of them got drug addictions. Some of them got sex addictions. Some of them got, whatever addiction they got, and that's what they're battling with. That's their demon. You know what I'm saying? And that's the lesson that the Most High gave them. And so, those are the people that I feel the most comfortable around, to be honest.
So let's go ahead and let me go and pour the worm out the can or whatever. Let me go and put out. You said off record, put it on record, that I asked you to say, how do you feel about the Kanye West song? This is great conversation. We've already had it, but we got to have it again. And there were some songs that you like. I think there were some things that you rock with. But one of the things I will never forget, he was like, I just didn't feel like there was any anointment in the music.
Right, on the album.
Now, you told me that some things had changed a little bit with your take on Kanye.
Right, they have. So, first of all, I'm a huge fan of Kanye.
I
don't rock. Some people rock Yeezys because of how much they resell for. I wear them because I'm a fan. Kanye has never changed to me. He's always been that type of guy that's going to speak his mind. He's always been that type of guy that, for lack of a better term, words just fall out of his mouth before he even realizes what he's saying. And then when you go back and listen to the sound bites, you go, oh, that's what he was trying to say. And so, and Kanye being the type of guy that he is, I can relate to Kanye, being a music producer, being a person who wants to be an artist but never truly put myself out there till now. And so with this album, watching the different interviews, he did an interview with Letterman. and just listening to him, and the thing about it is that I see the anointing on him when it comes to the pull, the tug, and the fact that he went and started Sunday service, and I watched Sunday service, and I could feel the anointing on that. But the album itself, I was like, eh. And because when you're in the gospel, when you're in that space and you listen to it, you know what you're listening for. There's something that sets it apart. That's the reason why a lot of people don't feel gospel rappers, because it's not just about the fact that they're not that good. Some of them are good, but they still ain't got that anointing on it. Because because the minute you open up your mouth and say that this is for the Most High, it better be for the Most High.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I respect people who just say, you know what, I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah.
Because you're stepping on some stones here.
Yeah, and it's pretty evident if you're going to talk about the Most High, you can't come in medium.
Exactly. So
you can't come in half.
With Kanye West, it's very interesting. Jesus Walks got that anointing on it.
Yeah.
So it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. I just think part of me says, Kanye's being pulled, but he also understands the business side of it too. There is a wave of gospel coming.
Yeah,
and he jumped out in front of it, but it's coming.
But think about it. He has those bangers.
Right.
He has those songs where it's there.
Of course.
But he also, and it's a business, and he's also under the pressure of he's I'm not going to say he's put out too much music, but he's put out songs where he wasn't there.
Right.
Where he wasn't there.
Yeah.
He just, at the time.
Yeah.
Because,
I
we've
understand
seen with Kanye,
Right.
he comes and goes.
But I can tell he's back now. He's totally
you think
back.
so?
Oh yeah, he's back. He's totally back. Yeah. He's back in the sense like he's seeing now his purpose and what it is that God is calling him to do, and his clothes ties into that too.
Yeah.
And so now,
if he's back and if he's there, then hopefully we will see him sustain his marriage. If that's,
I don't think that's in trouble at all. Kim Kardashian is the type of woman that first of all, Kim Kardashian, if you look at her background, she comes from a family-oriented background. Yeah, her parents got divorced or whatever, but she comes from a family. Then her mother got remarried, and then they had a core family, and she has values.
Yeah.
Probably more so than Kanye.
Yeah.
I would say more so than Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Now, Kanye had both his parents in his life as well, but she truly comes from that, and she got all those, siblings.
Yeah.
And so she know how to hold her family down and truly be a wife. I don't think they're gonna have any. I don't see any issues at all.
Well, prayerfully, they'll be all right.
Oh yeah, well that's the main thing. Prayer, what I'm saying, prayer keeps it together. And the fact that she has been so supportive of everything that he's done. But as far as the music is concerned, we gotta wait and see on that.
Yeah,
like I said, that's why I say I think Kanye is back as far as who he is as a person. But the music is a whole nother thing. If God don't give it to you, you ain't got it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, he hasn't had it like he hasn't had it, in my opinion, like he came in with it.
Right.
When he came in, he was
$1 billion to do that.
He was in. Yeah. Yo, let me ask you this, man. Let's reverse. Let me ask you this. What's your grind pray? Because you always ask us, what's your grind pray?
My grind pray is family. My grind pray is music. That's what I'm doing all this for. You know what I'm saying? Like when God blessed me with a wife and with a daughter, and I want more kids, by the way, but my grind just changed, man. When you met me, I was only doing grind pray, and that's what God was pulling me to do, and I fought so hard on it. People told me, go get a job, go get this, go that. I've had, odd jobs here and there. At one point in time, I was a bartender while I was doing this. Then, all of a sudden, just having a family, man, it's just like, whoa. And then seeing that I could do it. I can have 3-4 jobs, do this, do that, and record music. Like I said, I'm recording. I'm getting off from one job, going to another, coming home, printing up grind pray shirts, and then going into the studio recording. And then, getting my baby ready for bed, and then sitting up with my wife watching a movie, getting quality time. I'm doing this day in and day out for the past 3-4 months. And so my grind just changed. And then my prayer life, man, I've grown accustomed to singing a prayer before anything I do. I say a prayer before I came here. Say a prayer before I get out on that road. Say a prayer before, I go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning, walk around the house, just praying, like just talking to God. So, like, a lot has changed for me You know, since we first met, and I'm continuing to change. And like grind prayer is also about change too, man. Like continuing to work on yourself. Some people get older and they get worse.
Yeah.
And we watch it happen. I've seen people wait till they're in their 40s and 50s and get a drug addiction. Wait till they're in their 40s and 50s and let everything fall apart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, you got to continue to work on yourself. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't let the adversary, get you. You know what I'm saying? Like it is truly a straight and narrow. And sometimes it's for a lesson too. Sometimes things happen just so you can get the lesson and become a better man on the other side of it. But, whatever doesn't kill you, make you stronger. That's how I look at it. And so that's where I am right now, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I saved for the last, kind of toward as we wrap to the close. We got to get into the music.
Right.
We got to get into the music. We talk about grind, pray, talk about the the state of Virginian hip hop, but I think that you said it, and I'm gonna say it again. It's time I'm glad to see that you're focusing on you.
Right.
Because you have done so much for so many other artists.
Yes.
And you've kind of put yourself on the back burner. But I know in this past year, you've really been committed to getting around the corner. I mean, you basically built your house. You know what I'm saying? You
renovated the house.
Yeah, you've been doing so much. And so now you're finally at this place.
Right.
And in this space where we can hear the music.
Right.
So let's get into it.
So, like I said, I got the song Clue Bomb that's out. The thing about it is I'm working on an album. That is what I'm working on. But in the meantime, I am still producing for other people. I sent a beat pack to my dude Rel. He's doing his thing with .com Media Group. I think that's what it's called.
You're talking about Rel down here in Petersburg.
Yeah, Rel down here in Petersburg.
Rel and Rome.
Sent a beat pack to him. And I walked into the studio, and they just playing the music for me. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing, And then, and so I'm like I said, but mainly I'm focused on myself. I'm working right now. Me and my wife talked about it. I'm looking for the next feature. You know what I'm saying?
You still got the artist? You still manage an artist?
Oh yeah, and T-Flow.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten with T-Flow over the past few months because of what I've been doing with myself.
Yeah.
And shout out to T-Flow. Shout out to his family. And his father's a pastor. I don't know if did you ever make it to the listening party we did with T-Flow, the blind rapper? Yeah, T-Flow. Now, for those who don't know, T-Flow is blind. Been blind since birth. His music is amazing. You can go right online and find it. It's out. T-Flow, the blind rapper, Blind versus the Blind. So I'm currently managing him, but we're swinging back around into that. And so, but his music is still available. But really, truly just focusing on myself, focusing on my music. People can go online, check out Grind Pray, the music video, and to see the growth to where we're going now.
You got so many things that's going for you as it pertains to the music,
Right.
whether you're behind the artist producing the track,
Right.
whether you're in front of the
I
track,
engineer.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But let me ask you this stuff.
Okay.
And I'm sure you've probably been asked this before, and I would imagine that everybody associated with Kari has probably, that question comes up. You're in the mix.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are in the mix. So like, you already got your grind and your pray
Right.
working for you. You don't need anything else.
Right.
But you are in the mix.
Yeah, for real.
So does that, what else did you add into that to take you and your brand to the next level?
Honestly, it's all just...
Because we know they paying attention.
Right. It's all just relationships, man. I walk into the studio, dap everybody up. Everybody's showing love to everybody. And what's making this way different, and it's the same thing that Atlanta did. Now everybody's starting to see it and starting to believe in each other. So you're seeing all these different artists collab with each other. You're seeing all these different artists, talk to each other, share with each other, build relationships with each other, wear each other's clothes. You know what I'm saying? It's in the vision I see, man. I see 20 stars coming out of Petersburg. I see it.
Let me ask you this. AWOL is traveled with a lot of people. For those who don't know, AWOL is Trey Songz' brother.
Yep.
But he was on tour with Dave East.
Correct.
What
he went overseas.
What impact does the relationship with Trey with AWOL and the world have on Petersburg? In his capacity,
Right.
as you know what I'm saying, he's a producer.
Right. Honestly, man, you know what's so interesting about Petersburg?
I'm saying this because these are people are gone,
Right.
and coming back,
Right, and in and out of Petersburg.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Petersburg, man, Petersburg is not starstruck at all, in any way, shape, or form. You know, and I actually appreciate Petersburg for that.
Man, I forgot to drop Frank Mason's name.
Yeah. Funny enough, Frank was in the studio. I saw on Instagram he's in the studio with AWOL.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. I'm sure whatever it is dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and you know, and then with Trey coming back here, he released his album Back Home. He's still in and out of Petersburg, of course, but released his album Back Home. They put up the mural.
Yep.
And I mean, it's dope. They had a.
That's way overdue.
Yeah, it is overdue. I mean, you know.
But they not starstruck, so
Yeah.
it's like it happened
yeah.
when it happened.
They should have done something for Moses Malone.
Yeah.
Hey,
It'll happen now.
That's you know, but that's something that we are fighting for here in Petersburg, the recognition, because Petersburg has a lot of prominent people. So, but it does have a direct effect for AWOL to be in and out, and then the other artists see him. Same thing with Kari getting signed to Pusha T, and now the other artists. I mean, you're seeing artists from Petersburg come out the woodworks now.
Porterville, is that his name?
Yeah, Fresh Porter. Yep,
Yeah,
he's doing his thing. And he has a relationship with Trey Songz and all of them as well. And he's out on the road. I don't know Fresh Porter personally, but yeah.
What's his name? What's the producer that's from Petersburg that did tracks on the Blueprint? Rick Ross, Mike Angel. I forgot about Mike Angel.
Lee Major.
Lee Major.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I mean, this is crazy. I mean, listen, if y'all don't know, then understand. Just Google. Frank Mason played for the Milwaukee Bucks, by the way.
No, Lee Major's dope too.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
I just the more I sit here and think about it, the more names that could come.
Yeah, you just keep going, and then there's other people.
Buki.
Yeah, the All Wild.
All Wild,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And they're in the commercial as well for season 1, and so I'm excited about them young boys, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
they doing their thing,
Yeah.
and you know, all we're waiting on is for one artist to blow. All we're waiting on is one artist to make that hit record, and all the rest of them are gonna follow. That's all they're waiting on. And when it happens, it's gonna be such a whirlwind that I just pray that everybody's grounded and that everybody stays focused on their grind, pray for real. Because it is gonna be, I don't wanna call it mayhem, that's not the right word. It is gonna be exciting, but it is gonna be a whirlwind. It's gonna happen so fast.
It's gonna be it's a culture shock to some degree.
To some degree, yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody that's putting in the work now. So we got a slogan with Grind Pray called Plant Seeds, Pray for Rain. Everybody that's planted the seeds now and watered it, prayed on it, watered it, kept the faith, they are the ones that's gonna be rewarded when that season comes.
Gotcha.
And it's on its way here.
Well, hey, while we down here in Petersburg, shameless plug, can you let Petersburg know why they should rock with the Randy Wilson podcast? We got to just, because I don't know if Petersburg really know me for real.
I'm sure some of them do.
Some of them,
But nah, man, I've been rocking with you. So therefore, Petersburg need to rock with you. It's simple as that. Because like I said, man, ever since we met, it's been nothing but genuine, friendship. And so, I consider you a brother.
Yes, mutually.
So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if I say it, I like to consider myself a cultural influencer here in Petersburg. My father, born and raised. I'm born and raised.
Yeah.
This is my city. This is my hometown.
Yeah.
And so, I love my city, and they're going to embrace you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It's important for me to do this podcast because of Petersburg getting the recognition it deserves, but particularly with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of, your willingness you put Petersburg on your back.
Right. And I'm not the only one. That's what makes it not the biggest burden to carry.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we've seen it happen.
Yeah.
My generation saw Trey Songz glow up.
Yeah.
So we know it. We don't just believe it's possible. We know it's possible.
You say glow up.
Glow up. Oh, it's a glow up. And he worked for it. This man was 3 albums in before he shot to the top.
Did you grow up with him?
Trey Songz is 2 years older than me. I knew a lot of people that knew him, but I didn't grow up with him. And but AWOL went to the governor's school, and AWOL was friends with the guys that I started working with, Brad Moss and them. They're a little bit younger than me, and so that's where we built our relationship. So I've been rocking with AWOL for years.
I came here in 03, and I
Right.
feel like I grew up with
Yeah.
was it 804? Was it 804 Boys?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah, the 804 Boys, and
And I know
I
a lot
remember
of
when they
them.
was busting in
Yeah.
in the Cotton Club,
Yeah.
and they was killing the Virginia State. They was
Right.
doing their thing, man.
Yeah, I mean, and then even with the clothing, I mean, I was influenced by Keith G. He go by Keith Andre now, and he had, Urban War Sport. I mean, we was all rocking it. He was selling it right out the trunk. I pulled up one time. Me and my one of my closest friends pulled up one time to Trey Songz's video shoot. We didn't even know the video shoot was happening. We pulled up to get a Keith Andre shirt, and then we was like, "Yo, what's going on here?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a music video. Trey Songz shooting a music video." I was like, "Oh, word." You know what I'm saying? Because we been heard the music. He had Ginger Boy on the radio. You know what I'm saying? His name slipped my mind, but he goes by the Underrated DJ. He was the one that was rocking with Trey Songz, producing some of his music, and you know what I'm saying, we knew of him. And so Trey Songz getting signed and then going and doing his thing with Troy Taylor, it's like, yo, like this is real.
Yeah.
And then I know with my influences, I was influenced by Pusha T and Pharrell heavily. As a matter of fact, the reason why I'm producing to this day, and I actually told this to Pusha, was because of Lord Willing. Like that album, when I heard that joint, and it just hit me. I was like, I can do this. You know that feeling you have when you see? I was like,
Yeah,
I can do
I do. I mean,
Yeah.
that came to me just based off sitting in the basement watching YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I can create for YouTube.
I get what you're saying, but the influence mainly, you know what I'm saying, it's just like they from Virginia.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Well, but I mean, I'll say that. Like, I told Jan this, man. Watching Young Money Jan and seeing and when I first seen this guy he was going hard for Virginia.
Yeah.
When I seen that it was him.
Right.
It was him, and it was Nicholas F.
Yeah.
And it was watching Virginia artists. I mean, Pusha is so
Right.
out there, but then we've recently been able to see how even though he's out there, he's been right here.
Honestly, I rock with Virginia Beach. My partner Hen is
Hard.
down there. I spent a lot of time. I've even lived down there.
Yeah.
You see these guys, like the Virginia Beach guys. You see them down there. Like
Yeah.
we run past Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? I've been around No Malice. You get what I'm saying? We was in Norfolk, just walking around. I forget the name, the area. It was a Granby Street. We was walking around the area. I ran into Chad Hugo at least 7-8 times just walking around down there, going to the club. He's like, "Oh, yo, what's up, Chad? What's up, man?"
Yeah.
And then he's a very friendly guy. He's super quiet, chill.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" Like
Yeah.
he's not even a celebrity.
Yeah.
So these guys have been around and they've been watching. You get what I'm saying? And so now that's how I know that it's a wave here in Virginia and in Petersburg, because they've been watching for years, but now they're showing up.
Yeah.
And the showing up is the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Look, bro, we about to close up, but I got to ask you 7 quick questions.
okay.
And you just got to give very simple answers.
Gotcha.
And I don't even know.
One-word answers?
As simple as possible. And I don't even know what I'm going to ask you.
Okay, gotcha.
I have no clue. Before I get into it, man, I put tie-dye on today because of you. I did, man.
I never even put two and two together, man.
So, Kobe or LeBron?
LeBron.
Chicken or fish?
Fish.
Childhood. India? I said childhood celebrity crush.
Beyonce.
Childhood? Nigga, you ain't that nigga, yo.
Bro, when Beyonce came out, I was 10 years old.
How old are you, man?
34.
Okay. Dang, I guess she been out for a while, though. Dang, okay. You was 10?
I was 10.
So it was like, what was the song? What
It was like 96, 97.
Dang, okay.
I was about to turn 11.
All right. Is that my third question or fourth question?
Fourth question.
Fourth? Dang. I got
Crazy,
so
right?
many of them, all right?
Yeah.
Nas or Hove?
I gotta go with Hove, man.
Yeah.
It would have been Nas 10 years ago.
All right, this is 4A.
Yeah.
That's four. That was fifth. That's fourth question, right? The fifth
That's
question.
fifth. That's a fifth question.
All right, this is 5A. Is Hove part of the Illuminati? Yes or no?
You ever seen Black AF?
I don't even watch TV.
Yeah, on Black AF, they got an episode where
You see how he's stalling? He couldn't even do it. What
Look, on Black AF, I think her name is Lena. Lena, she's talking to Kenya Barris, and she's like, "Yo, we're part of the Black Illuminati. Yo, you ain't know? Shoot, we get free this and free that, and all of a sudden we have meetings every Thursday or something." He's like, "You need to join." I do believe that there are every society has secret societies in it, secret groups, secret people that got all the different ways they do things, secret relationships, and so whatever it's called, I have no idea. But the blanket term for that, people call it Illuminati. But whatever it is, we have no idea what the name of that group is. And if it's a secret, I promise you, you will never hear of it unless you're part of it.
Gotcha.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah.
All right.
It's just like having a.
That's a club.
It's like a gang within the police department.
They have one.
Yeah. You believe in so? Do you believe in? Do you think we should defund the police?
No.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask like 3 more just because I want to break the rules. Okay. We want our viewers to get more familiar with your perspective on things.
Right.
An artist in Petersburg that, other than yourself, other than Kari, because Kari is on, an artist in Petersburg that could really blow.
All of them.
But one particular one that comes to mind that you think got the package. And when I say the package, I'm not just talking about the music, but they're grounded. They got the grind, they got the pray.
Me.
I believe you can too, though, bro.
Honestly, I'm going to say me for 2 reasons. Number 1, I do believe in myself, but number 2, I do believe all of them can blow as well, and so I don't want to single one of them out.
I got you. I got you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he's media trained, by the way. All right, last question, man. Tell everybody, drop your information.
Okay.
Let everybody know what's coming.
Right.
And let everybody know what's good.
All right, so Grind Pray, it's easy to find. Instagram, @GrindPray. Website, www.grindpray.com. That's the main thing. You're going to be able to find everything at that website. And you can find me, Uriyah, spelled Uriyah. My name is on the clothes. It means God is my light. That's the reason why it's there. It's just not because it's my name. And so that's the main thing. And just keep up with and follow us. Feel free to share a DM, send an email. We respond to everything. So.
Yo, man, get you a track produced by Uriyah.
Oh, yeah, that's what's next.
Episode 52, Randy Wilson Podcast. Please don't get off this podcast without dropping down and hitting the subscribe button. It's an Enso Media
Subscribe.
product. Yeah, Enso Media product. Shout out my man Jordan for working with us today because we had some serious technical difficulties, but if it wasn't for grinding and praying and this man who prayed on his way over here, we probably wouldn't be able to make this happen. But we'll see you next episode. Mayor LeVar Stoney. Peace.
In me, you found the real reason.